Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Cheers. Hope y'all having a good day. Ooh, ice. As y'all know me. It's your boy Javier. I hope y'all having a good Sunday. Um, Hold on 1 second, y'all. Or matter of fact, no, it's okay. It's okay. But I hope y'all having a good day. Hope y'all feeling good. Hope y'all got your drink. This week we're going to be talking about racist white people. Of course. Every week I'm probably talking about racist white people. I've been talking about white people so damn long, I'm getting tired of giving them my energy. I've been trying to deviate from that, y'all, but it's kind of hard sometimes because I want to make sure I'm giving y'all, justice. Hold on, y'all. One of my friends tend to call me middle night. Hey, you called me? Okay. But how y'all doing this Sunday? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well. I hope y'all are staying safe. I hope y'all are doing good. Welcome to the second episode that's been uploaded this week for the Analytical Eye Show. This week, we're going to get into some discussion about white people and them saying racial things and then trying to backtrack it and apologize for it. And I'm going to give y'all a couple of examples. Y'all already know, but I'm going to give y'all a couple of examples and kind of talk about it. Give y'all my quick thought. This ain't going to be too long, but I wanted to give y'all an idea of what I'll be speaking on. Next Sunday, I'm going to be touching this. Throughout this week, I'm gonna be uploading episodes because I need it. Like I told you guys, even on the previous episode, I'm trying to stay up with the times of things, and the only way to do that is to put out more episodes throughout the week and on Sunday. Main episodes will be on Sunday, but I'm what I'm probably gonna do is give you guys like the main headline stories probably throughout the week or something like that, and then do Sundays where I'm talking some I don't know. I'm gonna have to cultivate this show in a way to where it's not always talking about stuff that's already in the news, because I want to talk about true stuff that really matters that nobody else talks about. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm making that commitment to y'all. But this week we're gonna be talking about, and I'm giving y'all a couple examples about white people saying racial slurs. And they're racist. They're racist. Let's just call it for what it is. I'm not about to sit up here and sugarcoat it. I'm not about to sit up here and try to tell y'all, oh no, they're not racist. They just said something racial, because we need to put it into this. And like I told you on the last episode, we need to start holding white people accountable for what they do, and allowing them. And I've said this not just on this episode. I've said this on previous episodes too, where we need to hold white people accountable for what they say, how they operate, what they do, and their actions, because it's not okay anymore. It's not okay. A lot of these companies and stuff are covering up to add diversity instead of pinpointing and pulling black people out of that diversity aspect and acknowledging that it's not diversity suppression, it's black people suppression. The contract with black people that I mentioned at the very first episode when I revamped this show for Ice Cube and Donald Trump. Remember that episode? Oh yeah, I try to cultivate stuff back and do the stuff I already talked about. That episode, which I talked about, I don't believe Ice Cube was conspiring with Trump. I really don't. He went with them because they responded back to him. Now, I will say, Ice Cube, you're a little dumb for that. I'm sorry to tell you. I have to say, try to work with Trump was not saying you're dumb, although I just said that. I mean, like, it was a dumbass idea. But I see your head and where you were trying to go with that. However, Donald Trump was only using you to try to get political gain, political aspect. And it was funny that coincidentally, they came out and said this about you right before the election. Because obviously they had Kanye West under their belt, but we already knew Kanye West was mentally ill. And it still is, especially ever since his mother died. And then you have those other people that showed up at his campaign and talked about it. Those rappers I don't even know, but you're an OG, respectable rapper. One of the to me, you're the best in the business. You are the best in the business, especially lyrically. I can tell you some stories. Which I will later on when I can. But Matter of fact, let me tell you to you now. I was one time in my back home in Denver, Colorado, before I moved down here to Florida in 2000. I think it was 2018. This happened. One of my grandmothers, by marriage, not by blood, went into. I was taking a shower, but I had to get dressed. But I was playing rap music, and I usually play soul music. Y'all know me, like if y'all watch The Light of the Sunday, you know I'm all about soul. But I do love my rap, good rap. And one of the main rapper that I listen to is Ice Cube. And so I was listening to this song called, oh Lord. Yes, you did. You did call me. Wait, when was this? Oh, these messages are from old ago. My bad. Looking through my notifications. From Friday. My bad, y'all. But I was in the shower. And she was like, hey, I need to use the bathroom. But I was already getting dressed. So I got out the shower and I was getting dressed. And then she said, I need to use the bathroom. So I came out the bathroom, but I left the rap music going. And it was the song from the death, what is it called? Fuck. Hold on. Let me pull up the song too. I know the song, just so much going on in my mind right now that I can't think. Yeah, it was from the Death Certificate album. And the song is called Giving Up the Nappy Dugout. And I left it on in the bathroom while I was blasting. And then my grandma was in there. She was using the bathroom. And he was talking about how your daughter give up the nappy dugout. She be going in. I be sucking her, giving it to everybody else, stuff like that. Because, you know, in the beginning of the song, he's knocking on the door to talk to her. And then the father comes to the door. And he's like, well, my daughter don't know the motherfucking name Ice Cube. She go to a respectable school. She's a Catholic school or something like that. And he said, let me tell you something. Your daughter's giving up the nappy dugout. And he's talking about how she's giving up the pussy. And it was in there playing. My grandma, all I can hear through the vent was saying, oh my Lord. And I know she had to hurry up and get out of that bathroom. I know she did. I don't know if she tried pausing it or nothing, but she was like, oh my Lord. But yeah, this is a little quick, funny little story. If you listen to the song, listen to the song and then think of that and then laugh about it. It's funny. But I thought it was a dumbass idea, but I was, like I told you in the episode, I stand by Ice Cube, and I still do. And I don't think he was conspiring with Trump. I know that for a fact. Because come on, Ice Cube. We know Ice Cube. Why anything of it? You know? I believe the contract with Black America, like I told you in the last video, it needed to have a woman's aspect brought in there. Because I feel like a man coming with talking about woman stuff, not necessarily something we should do. If you remember that picture of Donald Trump in the one of the conference meetings with all of the head of like Secretary of State, all the lawmakers and stuff, and legislators, and they were talking about women rights and stuff for like abortions and stuff, you know, all that stuff, and all you saw was white men. And it's like, why do men need to be talking about what women need or deserve or should have? They're not a woman. So I totally understand that. So I did say that aspect. And like I told you guys, I stand by Ice Cube in the simple fact that I believe that he was doing it for the betterment of black people. But I feel like going to Trump was not an ideal thing. But I see why he did so. He went to both sides of the party and one party only answered, you know. But I think that they put that out to try to get a media frenzy, because it was one thing to have those other rappers going about backing Trump. But it was because they weren't getting traction with black people, because we already knew that Kanye West was mentally ill. So we already knew Kanye West was mentally ill. So we was like, well, we already know Kanye. He's just acting ridiculous. We're not going to vote for Trump. And that was just, that was like over 30,000 votes just wasted, which I agree with Cheryl Ralph about that. You know, that was a dumbass idea on his part. He had the audacity to do that, and that's disrespectful to the voting count. But, you know, those dumbass people decided to vote for Kanye, like, just out of stupidity. Whether they were black, white, Mexican, whoever it was. But I do feel like going to him was wrong in the sense. But I will say, though, we would have never found out. But the only way we found out was because Trump's camp put that out. They put that out. Because they were like, oh, we're not getting traction with the black people, So here we got an OG that's really respected. Let's put his ass out there, you know? And then it caused black people to start to look at Ice Cube funny. But it was like, I'm not looking at Ice Cube funny. I know what he's about. I know what he's trying to do, you know? Contract with Black America. Well, the things we needed and deserve and should have, you know? And like I told y'all in the last episode, if the United States had to pay black people back, they would owe us over $400 billion. Just black people. I'm not talking about Mexicans. I'm not talking about black and brown. I'm talking about minorities. I'm talking about black people. And the reason why I say black and minorities is because there's a difference in my mind. Because the things that minorities as a whole, they have not suffered what black people have suffered this while. Because I don't see Mexicans or Asians or anybody else out there getting lynched. I don't see them out there being beaten batons by by cops and stuff. I don't see them being shot down and knee on their neck like Breonna Taylor and stuff like that. Yes, and I do agree. There's Asian hate, there's Mexican hate and all that stuff like that. But the suppression in America of black people on this land, even before America was established as the United States of America, has not been greater than blacks. I'm sorry. And like I said, I'm only fighting for the betterment of black people. I can't spend my life trying to do betterment of everybody. Only black people. That's my mission in life. And if y'all want to crucify me for that, then that's fine. I'll be nailed to the cross along with Jesus. That's fine. I'm all for that. But I'm only fighting for my black people. If they ain't got nothing to do with black people, don't come to me about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care about it. It's not my fight. I'm sorry. It is. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to apologize. I'm not sorry. Because me saying I'm sorry would mean that I'm sorry about it, but I'm not sorry that I'm saying it, and I'm not sorry that I'm doing it. So whatever. Black power. But I still stand with Ice Cube on that. I still stand with Ice Cube for the betterment of black people and what that meant and what that had to do with getting contracts signed. And I don't think that he was. And I do feel that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Biden is committed to passing laws for minorities, for voting and stuff like that. But I have yet to see Biden and Harris, and this is what I will say on this, specifically outline laws that are for the betterment of strictly black people. Because the voting suppression, the education, the financial means, the health means and stuff like that are more detrimental to black people than minorities as a whole. That's why I also separate us from black people. And white America, whether they're, and I say this, and I've always said this, every white person has a little racism in them. It's all about how you pull out of them. I've worked with a lot of white people before, and I've been able to pull out ones that don't even look like they're racist. I've been able to pull out that inch of racism that's in them. Trust me. You do one wrong thing, like, oh, black man killed your family. Oh, now you're racist to black people now. See? It works just like that. It's that easy for a white person to be racist. Black people, there's no such black people. We've gone through too much to be racist. So there's no such thing as a black person being racist. There's a black person being racist to his own kind, and that's Uncle Tom. There's that. But black people being racist to anybody else? No, we've gone through too much to be racist. we say what the fuck we want to say. Hell, we've been suppressed for 400 plus years and counting, still to this day. So we have the right to say what the fuck is on our mind. So if you call a white person a cracker, then guess what? You a motherfucking cracker, and just deal with the motherfucking shit. How it is. Sorry, it is what it is. Deal with it. Hell, you call us the N-word all the damn time, which I'm going to get into that later on. But I'm still standing by Ice Cube. I do think that Biden and Harris should have responded, because I believe Ice Cube went to them, but their camp never responded. And in the way that he wanted them to, because he did say they responded, but they wanted to collectively get minority and people together for this. But it wasn't to talk about the contract for black America. It was for minorities. And we need specific laws for only black people, not minorities that include Mexicans, Asians, Latinos, Hispanics. There's a difference. All minority, black, and we don't need things for black and brown. We need just for black people. Leave Mexicans and everything. Leave them to them fighting for their own specific laws for them. Black people, we need stuff strictly designed for us and only us, with nobody else included. We always have to share shit with people. We always have to share and do this and do that and be involved. No. That's not how it rolls. That's not how it works, and that's not how the Black Panther works. There was the Black Panthers, and then there was the Rainbow Coalition. There's two different things, but they were under Black Panthers. But the main fight was for black people. Which the movie Judas, the Messiah, That was a good movie. That was a good movie. The last scene of the movie was very revealing for me, and it kind of shocked a nerve in me that I was kind of shocked by it. It hit me. I didn't see because the last few minutes I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna get shot and killed. But it didn't happen until like literally, it was like a 5-minute scene, and it happened. That was the last scene that happened. And I was like, whoa, damn. And I started crying. It was bad. That scene was bad. Because all they did was went up in there and they just started shooting up the place. People were laying down and all they're doing is shooting it up. Pow, 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 like shooting through the walls and stuff like that. And I felt like I seen another movie that was just like that. But it was so sad to see that. But back to what I was talking about, because I done got off course and everything like that. Okay. So the reason for this episode, like I told you guys, is to call out racist white people and everything that they've done to us, or like some current examples, and why we need to hold white people accountable for what the fuck they do. Because I'm over it. I'm tired of it. It's annoying how they sit up here and they talk shit. I'm gonna give you now. You guys all know about what's going on with The Bachelor, where Chris Harrison, and these people are racist. These people I'm calling out right now are racist. So let's be clear on that. Chris Harrison, as you guys know, the racist Rachel, and I told you guys about this on the Antebellum Plantation episode. And if you haven't seen that, watch that first and then watch this episode. But if you guys already know, racist Rachel went to an Antebellum celebration party and then claims that she didn't know about it, and this happened in 2018. Here goes Chris Harrison, which is one of the executive producers of The Bachelor, I believe, and he's also part of the Bachelornation and the Bachelorette Nation, that whole thing with ABC. And like I told you guys, white people are trying to fit in with blacks as far as making diverse content and products, like the Head and Shoulders thing that I use, created by black scientists underneath a white company. Vaseline is doing something with Regina King, which I use Vaseline, but you get what I'm saying. Cadillac, Regina King. There's all of these. Walmart trying to help out black people, which nothing's wrong with that, because black people is the number one consumer at Walmart, if you ask me. Not just from food stamps and shit, but working there too. But Chris Harrison. So what happened after that, when it came out that she went to this Antebellum party, because the photos were leaked. I'm not sure if it was by her own family or whoever, but it was leaked, and we found out about it. Chris Harrison went on Extra, which is with Billy. Is his name Billy? No, not Billy Ray Cyrus. But you know the guy that was laughing at when Trump was in the bus and saying, handing the pussy or grabbing by the pussy or whatever like that. That guy, the cute guy, his name is Billy. I know that for a fact. He was on. He's on Extra, but Rachel, the one that was on the first Black Bachelorette. She was doing She was doing a interview with Chris Harrison, and then he made this comment. You can watch the full interview on YouTube, but he made this comment saying, "Well, I don't understand what's the big deal about it. Is it bad because it happened back then, or is it a problem now because it's happened in 2021 with everything that's going on? It's a problem in general because she was on a plantation, and everybody knows what a plantation means. This lets me know that you don't see it, one, as a problem for what she was doing on a plantation. 2, you don't see the problem with plantation still existing. 3, you don't see it as a problem that they were celebrating on a plantation and having these parties. And 3, or 4 or 5, whatever number I was at, the fact that you don't see it as a problem lets me know that you're a racist, Chris Harrison. And you're racist. Anytime that a white person does not see what she is doing on a plantation wrong, and I told you this, Macy was on a plantation too for her wedding. White people don't see it wrong. He's a racist. He is a flat out racist. Flat out racist. Let's call Chris Harrison for what it is. And then he made that bullshit as apology on Good Morning America with Mike. What's his name? Michael Shelton. Is that his name? Mike. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Shoot. Damn, why that's going? He made that bullshit as apology, talking about how he's going to therapy and he has a racial counselor that's like teaching him about like race and stuff like that. That bullshit ass fake ass apology. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Fake ass apology. Like, we need to stop allowing white people to say racial things and then apologize for it later. It's annoying that happens. Yeah, his name is Michael Strahan. He didn't believe his apology either. Like, Chris Harrison only made that apology because, and it sounded like it was more of a corporate apology from ABC than anything else, because he didn't mean it. He meant what he said. We need to stop allowing white people to say racial things and then allow them to apologize and be like, oh, he meant it. He meant the apology. Let's forgive him and move on. Like, no. He said what he said because that's what he meant. He does not see plantations as a problem. He does not see what it meant. As far as plantations is where we were lynched, strange fruit, that's where it started. He doesn't see a problem that black people picking the cotton, black women and some men were raped, beaten, fathered masses babies. He doesn't see it as a place where we were whipped, chained and stuff, put in the hot boxes in the ground for days at a time. He don't see that. He don't care. He doesn't care. The next person, racist Rachel. We need to not allow her. I think she made an apology and people were like, okay, she meant that apology. No, stop it. She's on a plantation celebrating. She knew, and then she says, well, I didn't know that it was for that. I didn't know what it meant. You knew what it meant. You dressed the part. You showed up on a plantation. Everybody knows what plantations are. Everybody. Or at least me, if I didn't know when I first arrived there, I would have probably gotten the sense and the feeling after looking at the celebration, like, wow, there's no white people around. This is a big house on big land, and why are we dressed like this? Like, I would have started asking questions. And then looking at the portraits on the wall. I would have looked up what antebellum is. What a plantation is. I would have looked up at that. White people glorify plantations like they're supposed to mean something when they don't. Except for a horrific defile of black people. Like, come on. You know what the fuck you were doing at that plantation. And I think at that time, she was, 18, 19 when she went to... Come on now. Just like Lori Loughlin's daughter. Come on now. Y'all know what the fuck y'all doing. Come on. You knew exactly what was going on. You were complicit every part of the way. Hey, girl, you want to go to a plantation party? Hell yeah, girl, I'm going to be right there. Let me get my dress. You know exactly what was going on. Come on. Now, and then you got Sharon Osbourne on The Talk. Now, y'all know about The Talk and everything that's going down with that, as far as she having that one guy's back against Meghan, the Meghan girl, the one that married Prince Harry. Yeah, Meghan Markle. There we go. I was going to say Meghan Trainor, but no, not Meghan Trainor. Meghan Markle. She stood up against that guy, I think his name's Peter or something like that, in England, the one that quit the talk show, because he didn't like the fact that Meghan, they were talking about with the interview with Oprah, they didn't like the fact that they were talking about the racial stuff against about the babies and what color the baby was going to come out, like color struck and stuff like that. And she came out against Sherry Underwood on The Talk. It was like, I guess she said that she was blindsided, and they were asking producer questions. And my thing was this: Sherry Underwood took that like a champ, because when Sharon was talking to her, she was talking to her like with an attitude, jerking her neck and everything like that, and like, when have you ever, and like was talking to her crazy in that like tone of voice that, like, you better take some of that bass out your voice before I punch you dead in your fucking face, like, or I punch you in your fucking throat. Like, she had that bass in her voice. And Sherry, you took that like a woman. You took that like a champ. One of the reasons why she said that was because if she acted out of character, then they would have fired her, because she's black and acting out of character. When a black woman does that on TV, what Sharon did, or would respond to that equally of how she talked to her, a black woman would have been at fault for it, not Sharon. So she had to sit there and take it. But also, she did it because she respects that woman. Now, I believe that Sharon is a racist because the way she was talking to her and defending her friend, Pete, or whatever his fucking name is, against Meghan Markle and comments that she said. And I believe that the UK is racist. Come on now. The people that came here for the 13 colonies was from Great Britain. Great Britain is in the UK, in England. That whole thing. It's all part of that. So I believe the racial comments that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were talking about. I believe that shit. I believe it. I believe the king, I believe the queen and the family all have some racist tendencies in them. Because they're white people. You know? I believe that with every ounce of my body. And then the thing for me was the fact that she's like, when have you ever, she was like making up these accusations as like the questions that the co-hosts were asking her were more about they were more about trying to accuse her of being racial. And she was attacking them and responding in a way of like, girl, you are racist. You are racist. And even there was a couple of other previous co-hosts that came on that show. I don't watch the show. I just see some of the stuff on the news. There was previous co-hosts, and this one black co-host said that she was made to be filled by Sharon, that she didn't belong at the table because of the way she dressed, how she talked. She didn't connect with the audience. And it's like, Sharon, you ain't even American. You not. That accent, honey, you not. You not. And I believe you are a racist. Now, her daughter, on the hand, I think her name is Kelly Osbourne. She received a lot of backlash on The View because she made a comment. And I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at this because I had to look it up. They were talking about the border, the southern border. And she made a comment saying that, well, who's gonna be there to clean your toilet? Who's gonna be there to clean your toilets? Because they were talking about Mexicans being deported and stuff. She's like, who's going to be there to clean your toilets? I feel like that comment was misconstrued because if you watch the interview, she meant it in a way that Mexicans, before it was blacks that were doing the maid work, doing the butler work, doing the farm work, you know, doing the janitorial work, all that stuff. Black people, we too good for it now, which I need to talk about that on another day. But we too good for that. So Hispanics are the ones that are doing it. So I felt like she made in that comment that saying that is because Mexicans are now doing the grunt work. But it was misconstrued as this is all they're good for. Because she said if you deport them, who's going to be the ones to clean the bathrooms? Like as if that's all they're good for. And I see how that was said and was misconstrued. I see that. However, I do also see that side, which in a way I felt like she should have, and they didn't give her a chance to fully explain. I feel like when she said it, everybody was like, whoa, what the fuck? You can't say that. What? And so she was then vilified after that. Scrutinized. And I feel like in a way she should have. But I feel like on the other hand, she shouldn't have because I feel like she meant that comment in the best way of saying, Donald Trump, the people that clean your bathrooms, the people that are doing the janitorial work, which a lot of them are. Like in my high school, we had the ones that did the cafeteria work, like the cooking and stuff, were all Hispanic people. And then the head chef was a white person, a white man, of course. And then you have the janitors that were at my school. They were all Hispanics. They were. And a lot of them, what I noticed as growing up, a lot of the Mexican kids, their families were working at the schools that they went to. So I saw where she came from with that, but she should have explained it in a way where she said, well, Donald Trump, if you deport Hispanics, then who's going to be there to clean your restrooms because they're the ones that's doing all the grunt work. Not that they can't do more, not that they're not smart enough, but they're the ones that are doing the grunt work. But I felt like the way she said it was really a racial comment. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that in the interview. But see, I'm the type of person where I can take a step, look back with my analytical eye and see the perspective of where she was coming from. But I understand why people vilified her for it. Now, I'm not fully defending her. I'm on both sides of the fence. I'm in the middle. Like I tell you guys, I try not to pick sides. And that's a spot that's the hardest, especially in my family, because my family goes, when we go through ordeals, I don't pick sides. I don't pick sides. Moving forward. Remember that country singer that said the N-word? He was outside saying, let me pull up his name. Morgan Wallen. And it's funny because there's things that come out and says they're saying that he's still popular after the racial slur. And then he puts out a thing saying, "Oh well, don't defend me. I apologize for using the N-word." There's a video of him. The neighbor took the video, and he's out there saying N-word, 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 N-word. And I think it was because loud music was out there at that time. He's a racist. He's racist. He only apologized because that video came about. Let's be honest. White people only apologize because there's been proof. If that video was never released or never was recorded and then someone just came about and said, "Oh, I heard him say the N-word," he would have tried to denounce it and say, "No, I didn't. I didn't say the N-word." But he's only apologizing because his ass got caught. The same thing goes with Chris Harrison, because he got caught saying it. And people analyzed the interview and said, "Wait, what? You said that?" The same thing goes with Sharon Osbourne. She said, "I'm never racist. I'm sorry if I said anything that was very disrespectful, or I'm sorry to share it. That was a bullshit ass apology." But white people are only apologizing because people would then start to vilify them. He's a racist. He's a country singer racist. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And of course, he's still popular. Maybe even more now because he said it. So now white people look at him like, "Yeah, man, you got your balls now. You finally said it. Yeah, N-word this, N-word that." Now, I'm going to say this about the N-word. Black people, you can't get pissed off that white people use the N-word. You cannot. I mean, I'm going to give you this first side, and I'm going to give you the other side. You can't get pissed off at white people because they're the one that created the word. They created the word. If you want them to stop saying it, you stop saying it. And changing the ER to an A does not make it any better. It makes it even more stupid. The N-word is a word to defile us, make us feel less than, make us say that we're not smart, we're ugly, the darker we are, the uglier we are. That's what that means. I will admit that I've used it, but before I knew the meaning of the word. Now, I do listen to rap music from blacks that have the cussing in it, and it's the explicit content. And it has the N-word, but when you hear da 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 and then the N-word comes, I don't say it. I don't say it. And if you're gonna get pissed off at white people saying the N-word, because I can't recall if Eminem has ever said the N-word in his rap songs, or Post Malone or anybody else. But if you're gonna get pissed off at white people saying the N-word, you need to get pissed off when Mexicans say it too. You need to get pissed off when Cardi B says it, because if you listen to Bodak Yellow, she says the N-word in that. You know, I think she even says it in WAP and in Up and all of her other rap songs. So if you're going to vilify white people, you need to vilify Cardi B too. Because they're not black. So they don't have the right to say it. And even if they're partial black, they shouldn't be saying it anyway. First of all, black people shouldn't be saying that word anyway because it's not a good word. It's not uplifting of us. And to me, looking at black people saying the N-word, I'm pretty sure white people looking at them like, "Look, that's the reason why we call you the N-word anyway, because you're trying to take the word that we called you and created, turn it around and say at the A and make it, oh, it's about saying what's up, bro, and everything like that. That's why we call you the N-word still, because you stupid." That's what I think. I think white people look back like, "Look, you got your fried chicken, your watermelon, your grape juice, and you're saying the N-word. This is the reason why we call you the N-word." And then you take the N-word, try to change the N to an A to make it better and say that it's, it's for brotherhood and stuff. You are an N-word. Just stupid as can be. That's what I know white people do. White people do that. Especially the racial ones. And you can't, and as black people, we can't fully vilify white people if we're still, here's the thing, and the way my analogy works. we can't fully vilify white people for racial shit if we're taking their racial shit, trying to turn around good, but it still means the same derogatory thing. You can't call somebody stupid and say, oh, I just called them dumb, that's better. No, they both mean the same thing. So you can't take the N-word, take off the ER, add an A, and say, oh, no, it ain't. And to me, for the life of me, I can't sit back and watch and say that that's okay, because every time you say the N-word, I hear my ancestors crying, because they were called this. Plantations, they were called this. So you can't get pissed off at the racist Rachel girl being on a plantation. You can't get pissed off at police brutality, white cops against blacks. You can't get pissed off at Donald Trump being who he is. You can't get pissed off at Chris Harrison or Sherry Osborne or the racist countryman until you stop using the N-word, you stop using all the other things that we have taken from whites and try to turn around like it's good, but it still means the same bad thing. Black people, we've done a lot. We've taken the chitlins, the scraps of the food, the coach, like things that they've done to us and given to us and forced upon us, and we turned it out for really good. Like, we can make chitlins, we can make fried chicken, we make all, like, and I know I'm just talking about food, but we turn other things as well for our good. But we can't stop the voter suppression. We can't stop this, we can't stop that until we stop dehumanizing us and using that word. That's one of the things. And I get it. Now here's the other side. That's one side. My other side is, yes, vilify white people. Tell them you shouldn't be using that word. That's wrong. Tell everybody that's non-black they shouldn't be using the N-word. They shouldn't be saying they're black. Like Chris Cuomo on in CNN, he said he was singing the Good Times song. And then he said the other anchor, what's his name? What's his name? I think his name is Dan. He's CNN. He takes over for the nightly part of Don Lemon. He was vilified earlier this year because he was singing the Good Time song. And then he said, Don said, wow, you know the lyrics more than I do. And then Chris Cuomo said, well, because I'm black. I have black inside. I'm black on the inside. See what I'm saying? White people always want to be black people. They don't want the suppression part. If you're going to say you black inside, first of all, the only way you can say that is if a black person told you that. And last time I checked, nobody probably even told you that, Chris. So I feel like in that sense, honestly, he's a racist too for saying that. Because if you watch Good Times, it was about a poor black family in the ghetto in Chi-Town suffering. And the reason why John Amos got fired from the show is because he went to the show creators, the showrunners, and said, hey, why don't we switch it up a little bit? Let's try to show black people moving out of poverty. And they fired him for that because they want to keep us suppressed. If you listen to the song, it says, good times, anytime you need a payment. Good times, anytime you feel free. Good times. Shit. Gotta look up the damn words because I know there's a word I'm missing. Good times, anytime you need a payment. Scratching and surviving, good times, hanging in a child line. Oh, no. See, I'm black. I should know this song. Shit. Yeah. So anytime, yeah. Good times, anytime you need a payment. Good times, anytime you need a friend. Good times, anytime you're out from under. Not getting hassled, not getting hustled. Keeping your head above waters. Making a wave when you can. Temporary layoffs. Good times. Easy credit ripoffs. Good times. Scratching and surviving. Good times. Hanging and driving. Good times. Ain't we lucky we got them. They're saying through all that stuff they just mentioned, like the credit ripoffs and stuff, there's still good times in the poor community. And That was a good thing for the creators that created the show to do. But they never progressed black people in that show. Like, there were countless occasions where they could have did betterment for the black people. When JJ got a better job, then they were going to move out of the ghetto to Mississippi to a better home, and then James had to die. They wrote that into the script. Remember Keith Anderson? He was going to be a football player, but then broke his knee at the damn wedding. Now he moving into the ghetto with them. There were so many countless occasions where they never moved out of the ghetto. Never. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why people have a problem with Chris Cuomo, you saying that you're black on the inside. Because like I keep telling y'all, white people want to be it so bad and claim that they're black. But they do not want the oppression, this oppression that comes with it. And he did, and I think partially Chris Cuomo didn't understand why black people in particular had a problem with that, is because that show did wonders for us. It showed us that there is good times in the black community. See, there's a father in the family, there's a mother in the family, 3 smart kids. Well, JJ was a little bit of a struggle, but you get what I'm saying? But it's a family in the ghetto doing good, going through trials and tribulations, but have faith, have favor, have honor, and trusting in the Lord and doing right. But what they also, people don't see, is that they kept us in the ghetto throughout the entire show. All the trials and tribulations, Florida going back to school, James working 3 or 4 jobs, JJ getting business from his art, Michael going to a better school, Thelma about to graduate to college, and then James died. They were about to be moving to Miami, Mississippi to be doing better. And then you have Florida going back to school to get her degree. I think I already said that. And then she became a bus driver. And then you have Keith Anderson. You have all of these moments where there was time to better and move them out of the ghetto. Like show like, hey, all this hard work does pay off and do better. But they kept us in the ghetto. That's one thing you have to notice about that show. Read between the lines of it. They kept us in the ghetto that entire time. Now that is true. There's a lot of black people still in the projects still to this day that have grown up there, that were born in the projects, stay there, and they're still there, and they die there. But they never show us bettering ourselves. All they do is show us in this before picture of this is only what we see from black people. Instead of, oh, they worked this hard, now they're better, they're going to move into a bigger apartment or get a house. They never show that side. So that's why a lot of people had a problem with that. So and then you have the audacity to say that you're black on the inside and your brother is going through what he's going through in New York. See, I didn't know that Chris Cuomo and the governor of New York are brothers. But now that when I saw their pictures side by side, I said, oh, Chris Cuomo is a little cuter than you, but okay. But I believe that it was a problem. It was a problem, and he needed to be apologetic. He needs to apologize for that. But don't just take his apology and accept it. Oh, okay, we're fine. We're gonna move on from that. Watch out for him. You know, it's wrong. He should not. He should never said that. Unless a black person says, "Hey, you black now? You black. You ain't black." And even if you're married to a black woman or a black man, you are not. That does not make you black. That does not. You're still white. So I feel that he should have never said that. I understand why he said that, because he feels he's comfortable with Don, and Don's black, and there's that cool camaraderie, and you're getting down with the get down and stuff like that. But no. You're not black. So stop thinking. You're not black on the inside. You don't even know what it is. You don't know what it takes to be black on the inside. You don't know what it's like to be black on the inside. I bet you when you grew up, you didn't have to have the talk with your kids about, hey, this is what to expect from the cops. This is what to expect from your teachers, your school. This is the type of trials and tribulations you're going to have to face in the world because you're black on the outside. On the outside, your skin tone color. Bump the fact that you are on your inside, you are just human as anybody else, but on the outside. So, no. Chris Cuomo, you're not black on the inside. And if you want to have an interview with me or talk to me about why I'm saying what I'm saying, you're not. And I do believe partially you're racist. I'm going to say that comment was racial. And you're racist on the inside for that. You are. I believe that, and I'm say that with every ounce of my body, yeah, because that's wrong. You know, you don't know what it takes to be black on the inside. You don't even know what it takes to be black on the outside. And the last thing I'm gonna say is the Karens. The Karens. And for that country singer, he issued the apology and it seemed meaningful. And I think he also said he was gonna go get therapy and help and stuff like that. And then there was like people that have radio stations stopped playing his music and stuff like that. But they'll be picking up his music again. They will. They will. You know, white people will still support him, think it's okay, and it's fine and dandy. But no, it isn't fine and dandy. We need to stop, and I think that Don should have said something to him. Now, he was on the Wendy Williams show and said, well, there was nothing wrong. I understand where Don was coming from, so I support him. But as a black person, Don, you should have said something. You should have. Because everybody knows what good times means for people. If you look at the sitcoms from back in the day, it shows black people never getting better. Look at what's happening with Dee Dee and its mother. She was working all the time, no father around. And that's all they showed. That's all they showed. They never showed them moving into a better house or mom getting a better career or educate. They never showed none of that. They never do. And even if they do, they show us getting an education, but we're still in the gutter. I mean, a lot of times that does happen in the society, but when you see yourself on screen, your community on screen, a lot of kids watch TV and their parents watch TV. So their parents already know that this is not the be all end all for black people because they see black actresses and actors on TV. So they made it to Hollywood. And when black actors and actresses say, hey, let's showcase this to show black people that they aren't always going to be poor or always be in the gutter or go through trials and tribulations. Those trials and tribulations will be perceived and go to better opportunities and things like that and growth as a black person in America. And then as soon as they defend that and say we should showcase that, it's a problem. And then you get fired from the show like John Amos. Because he didn't want to see us just in the ghetto. Because the show should be an inspiration that, hey, there are good times in the ghetto all through everything we go through, but us suffering, we should be able to, we should be able to grow. Other black kids, girls and little boys should be able to see this. Because if all they see is, they're staying in the ghetto all the time, they're always going through this, they're always going through that, which perceives them from being to get better, then black people are like, well, then what do I gotta work hard for? Why I gotta have a work ethic? Why I gotta pay bills? Why I gotta do this? Let me just get on food stamp WIC and all this stuff like that and just stay there and whatever. And be complacent and be and comfortable in whatever poverty I'm in. Because it's not gonna get any better. When you start doing that to a black kid's mind, you traumatize them. You traumatize their mind because then that's all they see. And then they grow up hating whites and blacks and everybody in there, and they start hating themselves. That's why I was appreciative that my mom never had that talk with me. She never had the man talk with me about puberty. She never had to talk to me about what it was to be black in America. And I'm grateful for both of them not having those, because I was able to learn how to tie my own tie. I was able to learn my mannerisms. I was able to learn how to be black and enjoy being black without knowing that I was enjoying being black. And then now I am 20 years old. Although my man is not fully developed until I think the age of 26, I'm able to enjoy blacks and see the other side of what it means to see black people on TV, but then what they're showcasing on TV. There's a difference. And although I'm honored to see black people on screen in Hollywood, they were showcasing us and showing us in a light that dehumanizes us and says, oh, this is all you're ever going to be, which is not the case. You know? One of the richest men in the world, and I didn't know this, is from Colorado. Black man. I was like, and he's from Denver. Oh, I hope, and let me get you his name. And he's a CEO of a venture capitalist company. But last thing I want to say, and I told y'all this, if I ever hear a white person call me the N-word, or mumble the N-word, say anything racial around me, I'm gonna punch you dead in the face. That's the last thing I'm gonna say on this. And then I'm gonna give you this last one, and then I gotta go. Rich and I'm surprised I didn't know him. His name is Robert. He's Robert F. Smith, and his net worth is $7.5 billion as of March 2021. I didn't know that. I hope I get to meet him one day. I want to attract him as a black investor. I really do. So I don't know if you'll ever hear this, Robert, but hopefully help a brother out. but just joking. I'm not looking for a handout. Like my grandmother said, there's a difference between a handout and a hand up. I'm just looking for a hand up, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, which I'm going to be talking about. I'll be talking about that on the Black Code tomorrow. So make sure y'all check out that episode tomorrow. But yeah, y'all, these people are racist. They're racist. Let's call it for what it is. Chris Harrison, Chris Cuomo, Sharon Osbourne. They're not even worth me remembering their damn names for. The racist Rachel, and the country singer. They're all racist people, along with everybody else that makes racial comments. I went to an all-Mexican school. They called me chocolate, so I called them fat-ass Mexicans. Take your ass back to your own country. I said that, yeah. I did, when I was young. Yeah. Because you come at me with some racial shit, I'm coming back at you with some racial shit, too. I'll hurt your feelings worse than you hurt mine. Although I got more in trouble because the teacher always hurt me because, being black, you loud, so, I always said a lot of things out loud because, I tend to say what's on my mind and I don't apologize for it. Yeah, I don't, But yeah, y'all, these people are examples of racist people. Donald Trump, he's racist across the board. I believe he's more racist, and it's hard because you want to say he's more racist to Mexicans than black people. And I kind of do believe that because his fight is all about Mexicans, that wall. But after he's done working on the wall, then he wants to start working on taking us back, the voting and shit like that. The South, And then he talks about the wall is so great, and it's just a bunch of BS. And then he's trying to gear up for 2021. One thing I will say about Biden and the election is kudos to you, man, for that. Not the election, the first press conference that you held. Like I told you on the last episode, and I think, or maybe it was in this one. I said that they called it a cheat sheet. No, I said that in the last episode, cheat sheet about the Fox News and everything like that. With that Fox News grasped a picture of his cheat sheet that they call it, which ridiculous. They're fucking a meme broadcasting company, which is surprisingly they're owned by ABC now, by Disney if I'm not mistaken, because Disney bought Fox, 20th Century Fox. And the company Fox. So I'm still shocked by that they're still able to talk the way they talk and operate how they talk. But they're white people. What do you expect? But I will say this. That press conference was really good, and they kept asking him, well, what do you think about Trump running in 2024? Are you going to be running again in 2024? He's like, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing 2 days from now. And then people were kind of taken back by that, and it's like, it's true, because look just what happened yesterday. A mass shooting in the Virginia Beach area. And then you have this stuff that just came out with the new Jim Crow law. Like, you have all this stuff that just come out. And his press conference happened, a couple of days ago? I can't remember if it was on a Friday or whatever like that. I don't really watch the news anymore. But 2 days from now, shit is always changing. And then he's trying to do with this COVID. He's trying to do with the pandemic. He's trying to do with these bullshit ass motherfuckers coming down to Miami and robbing and stealing. And you got the mass shootings going on. You got Texas that just came out of their blackout from the damn snow and shit. You got the mass shooting in Colorado. You got the shit that's going on in California. You got all this shit going on. And then trying to handle international peace on that front too. And then you got the shit happening at the southern border. You got so much shit happening as a president. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do 2 days from now either. As of the year, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna talk about 2 days from now. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do 2 days from now. The only thing I know for certain is I'm gonna be paying my bills because rent's coming up in the first. Hope you guys got your stimulus checks. But come on, quit finding. The man is 70 years old, right? Or something like that, 60, 70 years old. All these old ass white men, I'm not surprised that they don't. All of them either have a teleprompter up, cue cards, as y'all call them, cheat sheets and shit. So what? allows him to know what to talk about next and what he's gonna say. Because then he can be like, okay, this is what I'm expecting to say on the teleprompter next. Let me look down. Okay. Like, who cares? Who cares? And them leaking this type of information, like the cue card, the cheat sheet, because if you saw on the Instagram page, you see it. That's detrimental to America because our international enemies know that what's going on. And then you got those same people that leaked. They were trying to sell, I think, Nancy Pelosi's computer and shit like that, and all these documents, take a picture of her mail and stuff like that. Do you realize the North Korean dictator and Russia, Putin, all them can get access to this information? You realize that? They can sell this shit on the black market? White people, y'all need to get yourselves together. When are y'all gonna realize y'all the fucking problem? Y'all are. White people are a problem. A big problem. And this is why I say, that every time we take 10 steps back forward, but then we take 1,000,000 steps back. And they're trying to take us back to slavery and Jim Crow and everything else. I'm telling y'all. Wake up and smell this coffee. Wake up. Those people are racist. And they're not going to change. And I'm not accepting any of their apologies. I'm not. And it ain't about forgiving them. It's about accepting that apology. Because then you accept it, you forgive it, and then you're like, okay, it's fine. They just had that moment. No. It's been brewing in them for that long. They're racist. They're white people. And every white person has a little racist in them. All it takes is that one thing for them to show it. Chris Harrison showed it because of racist Rachel. Come on. All it takes is that one. The fucking country singer, because the music was loud. Come on. It takes that one little tweak. And every white person, whether you're a teacher, a doctor, whatever, it takes every little thing. All it takes is one little thing to tick them off, and then they're racist. Just like when you go to the doctor and they talk about your eating habits. Well, motherfucker, your ancestors gave us this food. We made something good out of it. I can't help the fact that I like chitlins and collard greens and stuff like that. This is the shit that I had available to me and my ancestors. But then you say eat healthier, but the Whole Foods and the Sprouts and shit like that is all in the white neighborhoods, nowhere near my neighborhoods. You ain't gonna put one in our neighborhood, not because you're gonna get robbed, but because you don't want us to eat healthy. And then on top of that, the jobs don't even pay us that well to even be able to eat healthy. Come on now. But I see y'all tomorrow on the I see y'all on the Analytical Eye Show tomorrow. I hope y'all have a good Sunday. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. Truly think about it. And I get, yes, vilify white people. But here's the thing. If you're going to vilify white people for the N-word and their racial comments and slurs and stuff, you need to vilify the other parties too. You can't just be, white people can't say the N-word or say this like that when they are the ones that are the inventors of it. But you don't get mad when Cardi B, you don't get mad with Nicki Minaj, you don't get mad when everybody else says the N-word that are blackity black people. You can't do it. You can't do it unless you do it to the other. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I vilify anybody that says the N-word, especially my own black people. We shouldn't even be saying it. We should not be saying it. Like, I think in Ma Rainey, too many N-words. And a lot of these white people write movies and they say they write the N-word in there. And that to me, that means you condone it. I understand that's how they talk during this time, but you can say that you can say Negro, or you can say N-word please. And even not even say N-word please. I don't even say, when somebody talks outside of my neck, like a black person, I don't say N-word, shut up, or say the actual word, shut up. I don't say none of that. I say motherfucker or bitch or asshole, shut your bitch ass up or something. Like I say that. You know what I'm saying? So, think what I'm saying, y'all. I don't condone it on any account. From black person to Mexican, Hispanic, Russian, Chinese, Japanese. I don't condone it. I condone it at all. I don't give a damn how much swagger you got. I don't give a damn if you play basketball or you grew up in Compton or Brooklyn or Harlem, whatever, or the slums, whatever it is, or the south side of Chicago. I don't care. Nobody should be saying it. But what's good is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you're gonna say white people can't, you shouldn't be saying Hispanics or Latinos or anybody else should be saying it. I don't care. But that's just me. But I hope y'all have a good Sunday. Cheers to you all. As you know, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Javier Vassal. You can also follow The Analytical Eye Show on Facebook, Instagram. And then on Twitter, it's iAnalytical. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the black code. So I'll see y'all there for that. Cheers to you all and have a good Sunday. And peace and love. Mwah. See ya.